Welcome back everyone. Today we are diving into a thrilling mystery horror movie, Fantasy Island. If you are into suspense, twist and a bit of the supernatural, this movie definitely has you covered. It's based on the 1970s TV show of the same name, but with a modern horror twist. So if you missed it or want a breakdown of the story, stick around. This is going to be a fun ride. Now let's get into it. The movie begins with a group of strangers arriving at a luxurious tropical island. They have all won a contest to come here. But this is not your average vacation spot. This is Fantasy Island. The guests are greeted by Mr. Rourke, the island's mysterious host, played by Michael Peña. He explains that each of them will have their wildest fantasy come true. But there's one catch. They only get one fantasy. And once it starts, they have to see it through to the end. The guests are excited, but also a little skeptical. They wonder how the island could possibly make their fantasies real. Still, Mr. Rourke assures them that the island has special powers that can bring their deepest desires to life. Sounds like a dream come true, right? Well, not for long. Let's meet our main characters. First, we have Gwen, played by Maggie Q. She's regretful about a past decision and wants a second chance to fix it. Then there's Melanie, played by Lucy Hale. She's got revenge on her mind. She wants to get back at someone who bullied her in high school. Next up, we have brothers JD and Brax, who just want to party and live the high life. They're in it for fun and luxury. And finally, we have Patrick, a former cop, who wants to live out his fantasy of being a war hero like his father. Each of these characters has a unique fantasy, but little do they know there's something much darker in store for them on this island. Gwen's fantasy is the first one who dives into. She regrets turning down a marriage proposal from the man she loved. And her fantasy is to go back in time and say yes. And just like that, the island transports her to a beautiful dinner. And there's her ex-fiancé sitting right in front of her. He doesn't know anything is strange. It's as if she's really gone back in time. Gwen is overwhelmed with emotion. At first, everything seems perfect. She gets to live the life she thought she missed out on. But soon she starts realizing that things aren't as they seem. There's an eerie feeling around everything. And Gwen begins to question whether changing her past was really the right choice. Next, we move on to Melanie's fantasy. Her story takes a much darker turn. She has been carrying anger toward her high school bully, and now she is about to get her revenge. Her fantasy is to confront that person face to face and make them suffer like she did. She is led into a creepy underground room where she finds Sloane, that woman who bullied her. Sloane is tied up, scared, and has no idea how she got there. At first, Melanie thinks it's all just a simulation. It's not real. But then she realizes that the island is making it real. She can actually hurt Sloane if she wants to. This moment forces Melanie to think about her anger and whether revenge is truly worth it. But before she can decide, things take a terrifying turn. There's something sinister lurking in the shadows, and it's not just her fantasy anymore. The island seems to be alive, and it's twisting their fantasies into nightmares. Now let's talk about Patrick. His fantasy is to become a soldier like his father. He's taken deep into the jungle where a military operation is happening. At first, he's thrilled to be living out his dream. He gets to fight alongside soldiers and experience the honor of battle. But things get intense quickly. Patrick soon discovers that this is not just any battle. It's the very mission his father was won before he died. And yes, his father is there too, alive. As if the past has come to life, this fantasy becomes deeply personal for Patrick, as he now has a chance to fight alongside the man he's idolized for so long. But as with the other fantasies, this one quickly spirals out of control. For JD and Brax, things start off pretty wild. Their fantasy is simple. They just want to party. They get a huge mansion, tons of luxury, and a wild party that never seems to end. At first, it's all fun and games. But then the island dark side starts to show up. Out of nowhere, they are attacked by a group of armed men, and suddenly they are in a fight for their lives. What was supposed to be a fun, carefree fantasy quickly turns into a deadly situation. They have no idea what's going on or how to escape. The island seems to be playing with them, turning their dream into a nightmare they cannot wake up from. As the movie goes on, it becomes clear the island isn't just granting fantasies. It's twisting them in the most horrific ways possible. The guests start to realize that their fantasies are connected and that they are all part of one larger, more sinister plan. Mr. Rourke, the host, has his own agenda. It turns out that he's not just granting these fantasies out of kindness, he's trapped on the island himself, forced to live out his own fantasy, which is to reunite with his dead wife. The island gives him that, but in return, he has to continue making other people's fantasies come true, no matter how dark or twisted they become. With everything falling apart, the guests band together to try and escape the island. They realize that they are not just playing out their own fantasies, they are trapped in them. The island is feeding off their desires and turning them into nightmares. They start fighting for their lives as the lines between fantasy and reality blur more and more. They try to find a way to stop the island's power, but it's not easy. The island seems to have a mind of its own, and it's not going to let them live without a fight. In the movie's climax, the guests confront Mr. Rourke, demanding that he stop the island twist games. But Mr. Rourke reveals that he has no control over the island. It's all being controlled by something much darker. He's just a pawn forced to keep the island's power alive. In a final showdown, the guests come face to face with the dark force that controls the island. It's a battle of wills as they fight to break free from their fantasies and escape with their lives. After a lot of twists, betrayals, and some mind-bending moments, some of the guests manage to survive and escape the island, but not all of them make it out. Those who do leave the island have been forever changed by what they experienced. They got what they asked for, but at much higher price than they ever imagined. The movie ends with a chilling final scene that hints at the island's power continuing, leaving the door open for more dark fantasies in the future. A thrilling, mysterious ride that keeps you on the edge of your seat, with twists, turns, and some supernatural horror. This movie definitely gives you a lot to think about. Would you want your deepest fantasy to come true if it meant facing your worst nightmare? Fun fact, this movie was filmed in Fiji, and those beautiful island shots are all real. It's an actual tropical paradise, minus the creepy fantasies, of course. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome movie breakdowns. See you in the next video. Bye!